Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. So now I'm going to start a new subject, business law. So this is the first video on the subject of business law. In this video, I'm going to explain you about the meaning of law, importance of law, scope of law. So before learning the business law, a student must be clear regarding the meaning, importance and scope of law. So apart from that, what are the different branches of law? What are the constituents of mercantile law? And what are the sources from which this mercantile law or business law is made? All these things I am going to explain you. So watch the video till the end. Because this is the basic first video on business law. We don't have any practical calculative problems. Practical problems in the form of case laws will be there. That we will study. But we don't have any calculative problems. Now, first of all, meaning of the term law. See, the meaning of law can be studied under two broad heads, broader meaning and shorter and narrower meaning. From the broader view, the law means an observed uniformity in nature. So, law can be defined as an observed uniformity in nature. For example, we have universal laws. We have universal laws like sun rises from the east, water flows downward, gravitational force is there, law of diminishing marginal utility. These are the common natural laws, and these natural laws are uniform throughout the world. This is a broader meaning of the term law. But the narrower meaning of the law is the rules and regulations framed by the government. The rules and regulations framed by the government of a country to regulate the activities of the people in the country. To regulate the activities of the people, the government will make the rules and regulations. That is law. This is the narrower meaning of the term law. And whenever we speak about law, we mean according to this narrower meaning. That means the rules and regulations framed by the government and which are applied in order to regulate the activities of the people. According to Sir Salmond, he says that law means the rules which are recognized by the state in the administration of justice. He says law are the rules which are recognized by the government in the administration of justice. So whenever we speak about law, it means these are the rules and regulations which are framed, governed by the government in order to regulate the activities of the people. Then what are the features of law? The features of law, it's a body of principles or rules. So whenever we speak about law, it means these are the general principles or rules which are framed, developed to regulate the activities of the people. Secondly, recognized by the government of the country. It will become a law only when it is recognized by the government. Thirdly, it is backed by government. It is applied in administration. The law will be applied in order to administer. Administer in the sense making justice to everyone. Then third one is backed by governmental power. The law is always backed by governmental power. The government has the power of implementing the law. Last, giving justice to everyone. The main object of the law is justice should be given to everyone who are living in the country. So these are some of the features of the meaning of the term law. Now I am coming to the next point called branches of law. We can divide the law into two broad categories called national law and international law. National law can again be classified into civil law and criminal law. So each one by one category I am going to explain you regarding the branches of law. The first branch of law is national law. National law means passed by the government of the country to regulate the activities of the people. The law which is, framed by the government of a particular country so that it will be applied, it will be implemented on the people of the country in their activities. Just like in India, the government has passed some law. So the objective of that law is everybody living in India must to follow whatever the law has been passed by the government. So national law, it is that branch of law which is implemented by the government, and everybody must follow those law within the country. Then second, international law. International law means the principles of law approved by various nations of the world to regulate the relations between them. Presently, no country can live in isolation. Every country will have relations with one another. So the laws which are framed and approved by all the nations in order to regulate their relationship, that is called international law. Next one, civil law. Civil law means showing the rights and duties of the citizens of the country. When a person lives in a country, he is bound, he is having some rights, he is having some duties. So civil law will define what are the rights and duties of the person who is living in a particular country. Then criminal law. It is a law, it shows what the people of the country should not do. So the law which explains to the people that the people should not do these activities, these are criminal. If a person performs that criminal activity, he will be prosecuted. Then he will be punished by the law, he will be punished by law to the offenders. Next, business law or mercantile law. Our subject is business law and mercantile law. What is this law? It regulates the relationship between mercantile persons or businessmen. Mercantile person or businessman will have dealing with one another. So the law which regulates the activities of the mercantile persons or businessmen is called mercantile law or business law. Industrial law regulates the relationship between the employee and employers working in an industry in a particular country. So industrial law will explain the relationship between employees and employers working in a particular industry. So these are some of the branches of law everybody must know. Before starting business law, we must be clear regarding the meaning of the term law and also the branches of law. Now I am going to explain you the next topic called sources of Indian mercantile law or business law. That means our country India. In India, what are the sources from which this business law or mercantile law is made? Different sources are there. The first source is English mercantile law. Everybody knows that India was governed by Britishers for a long period of time. So whatever presently we have the rules, principles of business law, that has some impact from the Britishers. So Britishers have made some laws. We are using some of the laws which have been framed by the British government. Next, customs and usages of Indian merchants. See here, every country will have their own customs and usages which are followed by businessmen. So while making this business law or mercantile law, we consider what are the rules and principles which are followed by our merchants. What are the rules and principles which are followed by our merchants? So that is also one of the source of making the rules regarding business law. Next, judicial precedents or decided cases. The past decided cases can also be used as a rule in business law. In making business law, we consider some of the past rules. What are the judgment given for a particular case in the past? That will also be taken as a source in deciding the present cases. Next, British government laws in India. So before India getting independence, the British government has already made some laws regarding this business laws. So Indian government after independence has also adopted some of the laws which was made by British government. Next, laws passed by Indian Parliament. A major portion of business law was passed from the Parliament. The Parliament has passed a number of laws regarding the business. So The laws passed by parliament is also one of the source of business law. Lastly, laws passed by state government. The state government will also have some control over a particular territory. So the law passed by the state government is also one of the source of business law. So these are the sources from which the business law has been made in India. Now, ignorantia juris non execusat. It's a Latin meaning. Ignorantia juris non execusat, meaning ignorance of law is no excuse. Presently, when a person is living in a country, he must know the law of the country. He cannot pretend himself that I don't know the law, that's why I have committed this act. He cannot pretend like that I don't know the law. If I know the law, I would have not done that one. He cannot be excused. When a person is living in a country, he must know the law of the country. So ignorance of law is not an excuse. So if he is ignorant of any law and makes a mistake regarding law, he will not be excused. He cannot say that I don't know the law, that's why I have committed the act. Everybody must know the law. Now, Constituents of Mercantile Law. Mercantile law means all the laws relating to business. We can call it as business law or we can call it as mercantile law. Both mean same. So what are the constituents? What are the laws which comes under business law? So many laws are there. So what are the different constituents? First of all, Indian Contract Act 1872. The biggest part of the business law, is Indian Contract Act. So this is a major act, major constituent of business law, Indian Contract Act. Secondly, the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. This is also one of the constituent of business law. Third, Sale of Goods Act 1930, Indian Partnership Act 1932, Essential Commodities Act 1955, Companies Act 2013. Actually, earlier it was Companies Act 1956. Later on, the act has been changed. Now, presently the act is Companies Act 2013. Next, last one, the Consumer Protection Act 1986. These are few constituents, components of business law. So whenever we say business law includes all these laws. Now I am coming to the Indian Contract Act. Just now I told the biggest act in business law is the Indian Contract Act. So what the Indian Contract Act explains? This Indian Contract Act explains the relationship in contracts made by businessmen or mercantile persons. The Indian Contract Act was passed with the object of regulating the contractual relations between the people in India. When a person enters into a contract, so this relationship of persons who are entering into contractual relationship will be explained, will be governed by Indian Contract Act. The relation between human beings can be broadly classified into three categories. Now see here, a person will enter into relationship in different forms. So we can categorize the human relations into three categories. The first category is natural relations. By nature, automatically relationship is created by nature. Example, the relationship between parents and children, that is natural one. Similarly, the relationship between brothers and sisters, that is a natural relationship. Second one is social relations. Social relations are created among the neighbors, friends, etc. The relationship of neighbors, the relationship made by friendship, that is called social relationship. The relationship which is created by the society is called social relations. Last one, contractual relations. Contractual relations are the relationship which is created between person willingly to do or not to do something. That means the relationship which is created by people on account of their own willingness to do something or not to do something, these contractual relationship are called contractual relations. Like selling the goods, buying the goods, entering into a contract for agreement of employment, etc. All these are contractual relationship, where willingly a person will enter into a contract with another person to do or not to do something. So this is called contractual relation. This is the first video on business law. Actually, I have not started the subject of business law. Before start learning business law, a student must be clear regarding the meaning, importance, scope, branches of law, and what are the constituents of this business law, and what are the sources from which this business law was made. All these things you should be clear. That's why I have prepared this short video. The next video onwards, I am going to start the main topic of business law. So viewers, if you are satisfied with my lecture, give a like to the video. Share my channel in your group, in your friend circle, so that more students can watch the video and enhance the knowledge. And give your comments on these videos. And don't forget to subscribe my channel if you have not yet subscribed. And apart from this business law, I have uploaded so many videos in the playlist. So I suggest you to visit the playlist of my channel. I have uploaded the videos of financial accounting, advanced accounting, cost accounting, corporate accounting, advanced corporate accounting, managerial accounting, income tax, business statistics, financial management, investment management, etc. etc. So many. So select your subject, select the video topic, watch the video. Definitely you can be able to increase your knowledge. You can get more confidence on your subjects. Okay, inshallah, in the next video, I'm going to start the very first topic on business law.